Welcome, viewers. We're back. AVision Media broadcast. We have another special show. Oaktown's 357 was a rap group formed by MC Hammer in 1989. Members include Sweet LD, Lil P, and Terrible T. Hammer dubbed the group's name as a salute to their hometown of Oakland and emphasized the power of the trio as dancers, comparing them to a 357 Magnum. Wow. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure. I could not wait to see and talk to you. Oh man. So I know the questions I asked, I don't know who's going to go first. I don't know if you want to jump in. So I just want to, so we could just let it play by ear, I guess. Let's just go from there. First thing I want to know, and also the viewers will love to know, which I think is very important. Did everybody grow up in Oakland?
Well, yes, I did.
I did. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so everyone. How was it growing up in Oakland?
Go ahead, Lil P.
Well, prior to the crack starting, it was wonderful. You could still ride your bike outside, and you could still go to the park, go to the lake. You could still go to roller. Still had roller skate rinks.
Mm-hmm.
Still had basketball nets. So it was nice for me. It was nice.
Wow.
Yeah, for me it was interesting because I was at a Catholic school, so most of my childhood was at a private Catholic school. So St. Louis Bertrand's. I think I went to E. Morris Cox, St. Louis Bertrand's, then Holy Names High School. So it all of that was private. We were Muslim, so that was around that time as well. But it was a lot of fun, and you felt safer in the Bay, moving around, navigating, getting on the buses, like she said, riding your bike, stuff like that. You felt safe. I felt like it was community based. So you had the aunties in the neighborhood that would chastise you and then take you home, and your mama got in your butt. We had that kind of
old school
environment. It didn't matter where we lived. It would be the same thing. My mom would help. Because of how she was, she kind of established that relationship with whoever was in the apartment building or in the neighborhood. And so we all became, a family. So for me, it was pretty cool. I think when my brothers were in middle school, I cannot say what year that was, but like Phyllis said, the crack came in, they were cutting classes, and they was just being ruckus. And so it just seemed to change mid to late 80s. Like after I graduated, it kind of changed. And so, it became a little bit darker. But other than that, it was beautiful. Yeah.
Crack kind of flooded. It flooded everywhere.
Yeah.
And who met first? Like which one met each other first? How was that?
I met Hammer first. And I met him with Ace. And my friend Carla, she was part of the group before Lil P and Terrible T came. But Carla left. As she was leaving, Lil P came in, and then
he was already there.
That's why as she was as Carla, because Carla hadn't quite left yet. So as she was on her way out, Lil P came, and then as she actually boomed, then that's when Hammer found you. So it was pretty much like it still was a family when we came together. You know what I'm saying? So I felt, even though it was very organic, we still became family once we met, in jail. Yeah.
Okay. And who are the original members? I know it was it like 5 or 6 people, or just 4? Who was the
original members of what?
The posse?
Yeah, of the group,
MC Hammer and the Posse?
357.
357. Yeah, who are the original members?
It's just us.
It's just us three.
Yeah, just us three.
Because another fan mentioned BNGB. I didn't think that she was with 357.
No,
she just did the remix. She's always been a solo artist.
Okay.
So we've had to go over this a few times because she did the song. Everybody thinks she's in the group, but she was always a solo artist. She did the remix of Juicy.
Okay.
As the vocalist.
Oh wow. Okay.
Remember Tab? Remember? I'm sorry, I said Tab, but Terrible T. Remember, they thought I was BNGB somewhere. I forget where we were. They thought I was BNGB.
It was like, "Where's Sweet LD? That's BNGB." I'm like, "That's not BNGB."
They called you BNGB because our favorite, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's what they thought.
Wow. So growing up, who were some of your biggest influences, like in music, growing up?
For me, it was Sequence, which was the first female rap group.
Yeah.
Run DMC, LL. I mean, it was just a slew, especially Patti LaBelle for me too.
Yeah. Okay, Patty and Lil P.
Oh, I listened to Al Jarreau. My dad played Al Jarreau every morning. Earth, Wind and Fire, and as we come up into the rap game, Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Sugar Hill Gang, and then top it off with Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, that's the story. When we get into the story of how 357 came about, I can tell you how Salt and Pepper kind of made that happen.
Okay. Wow. Sweet LD, can we hear your great influences, your big influences?
I'm a little bit older than they are. Lord bless me, but my stepdad sang in the house every weekend as we cleaned up. So it was Gladys Knight and the Pips, the Dramatics, the OJs, the Main Ingredient, Graham Central Station. That's who I listened to. And then when I became a little bit more growner, but in high school it was Prince because I married him. So I just want y'all to know.
That's Prince's wife right there.
Wife. Okay, so it was always Prince. Oh my God.
Wow.
Boy George. All of like that. Yeah, all of that. So high school kind of changed my exposure to music just a little bit. I was listening to the new age stuff. So yeah, that was my influence. I didn't get into rap until honestly my 19th birthday, and it was a little different.
Oh, that's when you got into it at 19.
That's when I got into it. They introduced it to me. They kind of forced it on me, and
Okay. Were you all popular in high school?
Yes, I was actually campus clown. I danced and I played sports, so I was always on the varsity team. So you get that, that push, and then I danced at every high school dance and campus clown, and
wow,
I can see that. Yeah. I think Lil P might have been popular too.
I could ditto that. So I was pretty adaptable. I could go to any little clique. You know how they had the punk rock clique, they had the all girl kind of.
So you could blend in. You could blend in anywhere.
So everybody knew me. And then I was probably just about, other than maybe one other little chick there, I was probably the smallest person there. So that was like, whose little girl is that? I got that a lot. Whose little girl is that? I'm like, I go here. Stop playing with me.
So you always had the baby face look.
Right. And then for dance, like whenever we had a dance, me and another friend of mine, we'd be the first person on the dance floor. We'd run into the hall and just go out in the middle of the floor and just come down and be like, yeah, we're getting this party started.
Wow.
Yeah.
The dance class, so I could also modern dance, jazz dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
I don't know if I was popular, but I was a cool person.
You was cool. So
I was cool.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if I was popular. I liked being friendly with people. And then I would feel like if you wasn't friendly, like if you was snooty, I'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But then I would still try to be your friend. You know what I'm saying? I went to an all girls school, so the experience was totally different.
Oh, it was different.
But you was a cheerleader.
I wasn't. Okay, see, this is what happened though. I tried out for this specific dance squad that they had, and it was so much for me to try out. Like it was like a lot. I felt all this pressure, and so I get up there and I do it, and they tell me no. Like they said, no, you was not. I was like, what?
They told you. They said you're not fit. You can't dance with them.
You know why they said it? Because I was not light skinned with long.
You took it back.
Look, wait. Wow. I know all the people in high school gonna be like, she lying, but for real, for real, I felt like they told me no because I was not light skinned with the curly hair, and
Yeah.
Well, you did go to that school, so you're probably right.
What you say, Phyllis?
You did go to that school, so you're probably
I went to a Holy Names High School, and so it was a little different. You know, got the girls. You see what I'm saying? So my sister friend Lisa Battle, she helped console me. And then from then I was determined to make the cheerleading squad, like Terrible T said. I was like, I'll be on something. So we did pep rallies. We went to cheerleading camp, and baby, okay, they tried it. You understand what I'm saying? But I was on that cheerleading squad, and I was cute. And then who made it to the stages across the world? Who did?
You did. Sweet LD, the whole squad,
with
the whole
my
crew.
hair just like this and my brown skin.
The whole crew did.
Okay.
Wow.
Just saying.
Were you all experienced dancers before meeting Hammer?
No, I just danced like in the clubs. I self-taught. Self-taught.
Okay.
Self-taught, yeah.
Experience, fam. Yes, you was.
Hey,
So
I
she
used to
said,
be in the clubs.
She said you were.
She was.
That's a good point, though. She got a point. I believe that is experience, Terrible T. I do. But not professionally. I think I'm like Terrible T and Lil P. We danced in school, and the only club I was allowed to go to at the time was Silks. Yeah. So I learned a lot. I did a lot in Silks. I mean, listen,
snuck in.
I didn't do a lot in Silks. That's not what I meant. Danced a lot in Silks.
Right.
Lil P, what you did? Tell them what you did.
I was at the Oakland Army base with my military brat friend. Pam, who is the one that told Hammer to go watch me dance. My friend Pam.
Now, also, did you were you a rapper first, and Hammer heard you rapping?
No, sir. No, sir.
Not for me. Yeah.
No, sir, not at all. So, since we're on that subject, I'll just give you the origin story of 357.
Mm-hmm.
So, we were in the studio. I was playing on the mic, singing "Tramp." What you call me?
Oh, just playing around.
You call me? And he came in, Hammer came in. He was like, P, I didn't know you could do that. I was like, I didn't either. What you talking about? What are you talking about, sir?
Mm-hmm.
So he actually originally wanted me to be like solo by myself, but I never considered myself a rapper. So forgive me for not having that confidence. I was a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him at that time, I said, hey, well, can the girls do it with me? And he was like, oh. And then his wheels started turning. Oh, I'm gonna make y'all a group. We already together all the time anyway. What?
Oh wow! So he knew it was gonna be a connection right there.
Right. So that's kind of how it happened. We went to Great America.
Okay.
And he put me in this little recording booth at Great America.
Remember that? Yeah.
I'm sorry. What's Great America? Where's that?
Great America's like on a mountain.
Six Flags. Six Flags. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they call it Great America.
Park. Yeah.
Great America. Six Flags. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
He put me in this. They used to have this little recording studio at Great America where you can go in and you can sing a song and you can record it.
Record yourself.
So we're playing around. He put me in there. And I sang, I rapped LL Cool J's
I'm Bad.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what song did you sing?
Yeah.
I'm Bad.
Wow. And at the end, I said some little curse words at the end. Instead of it going, forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies.
You said the other word.
I said, eat.
Right.
And he was sold.
Mm-hmm.
And I rapped it really well because it was one of my favorite songs. I rapped it real good.
Wow.
Wasn't thinking nothing of it. So anyway, hence back at the studio, here we all are, and he gave us the name Oaktown. That's the origin story of what I know it to be of Oaktown.
Okay, so are there any songs that you are recorded that never came out, that never even seen the light of day?
Not that I'm aware of.
Feel Treatment.
And there's a song that I believe Hammer took from us. I was about to say stole.
but he took it.
Ooh. But I believe there was this song that we wrote for the second album, Fully Loaded. It was called Peace.
Okay.
I believe somehow it didn't end up on our album, but somehow he had something similar on his album.
Okay.
Concept, almost same lyrics, somehow. So yeah.
Now, Feel the Treatment. What was that song about? Because I'm thinking it says, see, we used to wear felines in Philly.
Yeah.
So when I saw Fila, I said, they have a song about felines? But
we actually got endorsed by Fila because we had the gear on.
It was an endorsement. We were wearing Fila in the video, but it was about spousal abuse or domestic abuse.
Wow.
And so the Fila treatment means that we would have kicked his, with the shoes, the Filas on our feet. You get the Fila treatment. So, yeah. Because you wear Filas for the most part on your feet. So we had Filas on in the video, and that's what it was about.
Empowerment.
Yeah, empowerment.
Okay, empowerment. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, and so when we used to watch MC Hammer back then, and the girls, the whole crew, it seemed like Hammer was like a machine, whereas though he works. And I know when y'all came along, was it hard to keep up with him, like during rehearsal and things like that?
Oh my! Who want to take that one? Who want to take that one?
Take it, T.
Practice was definitely, we got in there, we had to do our thing. We were trained to don't stop. The music cuts off, keep it going.
Got there.
We would practice.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you say?
We would practice.
4 o'clock in the morning.
And let me say that one more time.
No, we got there.
We would practice. We would be in there from 10 in the morning till 2 or 3 in the morning. He might come about midnight. He might come about midnight.
So he wasn't there in between them times?
No. He might come about midnight and want us to do it at 100%, although we had been doing it at 100% all day.
Okay.
So the discipline was there because he had someone to oversee it, which was too big. He overseen the practice, and we would just do it over and over again until we no longer had to look at each other. Some places, some situation, you kind of look to the left, look to the right, make sure you're doing the right routine. We were so disciplined that we could look forward and know everybody's on time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because Too Big would crack that whip. If somebody messed up, start it again. Do it again. So we would do that all day, all night. About midnight, here he come. What's up, y'all? What's up? Let me see what you got. Let's see what you got. He'd be at 100%. And so would we be at 100%. So that's definitely how practice went. Not to take nothing away from him. He's, a wonderful dancer, that energy. I don't know if it clicks when he hears the music, but for the most part, he was not at rehearsal all day. Like the rest of us.
Well, he also kept, he knew.
So let me chime in on the other side of that. So let's say I am dittoing everything this Terrible T said, but we have to also add in there that this came a little bit later. In the beginning, he used to be at rehearsals. It would be everybody. We would all, what is the word I'm looking for? Work together collectively
all be working together.
To do all that stuff. And something changed. I ain't calling no names, but something changed. And so Hammer would stay home and call, and he would say, "How's it going?" So like Terrible T said, Too Big would give him the feedback. Oh, they look good, or they look a little, I got him, blah, blah, blah. Hammer give his feedback. Too Big go back. We practice. And mind you, there's no food. There's barely any water.
Wow.
We've been there all day. Our parents are looking for us. I had a son. My child is looking for me. The sun was up when we got there, but then the sun is setting.
When you get in.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of that is going on while we there working very hard. And so Terrible T does have a point. When you are a performer on stage and there's more than one person, you don't want to have to look at the person to depend on what for cues of what you're doing.
Exactly.
You want it to be straight ahead. So that was the whole focus. Do it at 100. Do it, precisely, like clean, and then make sure you're not looking at the other. Your spot, and the choreography is so tight. It's just like one accord. You see what I'm saying? So that part, I think we learned a lot being trained in a certain way. Yeah, because initially he was there. Initially he was a part of that whole creation out the gate. So I, like I said, yeah.
I'll chime in. In the beginning, we didn't even have a mirror.
Exactly.
We had
no mirror and the dance room.
Let me tell you when we would finally be able to see ourselves. After the sun went down.
Yeah, you can see the reflection in
reflection in the window.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's how we practiced. So we were on sync with each other because we did it so many times. And where's your hand?
We rehearsed in Hammer's brother's office building.
How did your foot turn? Your foot turned? Okay, we're gonna turn.
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting because was there ever a time where someone, let's just say stress, how did you handle stress through all of that? Because sometimes some people could just say I quit, but how did you handle that without just leaving the group?
For me, it was believing in his vision. He had this vision that, I want this group and we're all going to come up together. We're going to hit this stage, and knowing how much I love to dance, that was my opportunity. So that's pretty much, I went on faith. I trust you. You're going to do the right thing. I'm behind you. That's
okay.
Yeah. For me,
I could ditto that to an extent because as you know, I did leave. But it was after
the first album, right?
Yeah, it was after I saw that the vision wasn't for me. It was for him. I had to go.
What how did you, like, I know you were out there dancing. It's like y'all was like really working. I mean, working hard.
Working hard and not really getting paid.
Not really, or not at all.
Not at all.
That's the problem.
Not at all getting paid.
Not at all getting paid.
That faith took me so far.
Yeah.
And I think what really solidified it for me is, we went on our Arsenio Hall, and for 2.5 minutes of dancing, I got paid $520. I got a check with my name, $520. And in 3 shows, I think I may have had $300 in my pocket.
And we're talking about 3 big shows.
3 big shows.
Sold out. We're talking about maybe sold out shows or just on Arsenio
Hall. Just 3 MC Hammer shows, and I don't even remember how I got the money. I don't know. I do remember asking for money for my feminine products.
Okay.
So that tell you how much money I had in my hand. I never really had it.
Wow, I know.
So it was sad, but I was still like Tab said, I wanted to dance. So I stayed until I couldn't, and then internally, things going on internally that just wasn't jiving with my spirit.
Okay.
So that's kind of getting into why I left, because that was one of the questions. Why I left.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Lack of money. My spirit was feeling a little like something ain't right. I can't make
uncomfortable. It just wasn't right.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to make contact with people in the industry at all. So,
you can't reach out to people.
No. We matter of fact, this will give you an example. We were walking into a venue, and Keenan Ivory Wayans. This is the time that he was getting ready to do a Living Color. About to be popping, and we, not to want to pat us on the back. 357 and Ace, we were hot. Our dancing was hot. And everybody's like, wow, their dancing is hot. So if Keenan Ivory Wayans is about to do a Living Color, what do you think he looking for? Man, we walked by Keenan Ivory Wayans, and all of us, T, LD, we're all about to go, what's that? We got pushed.
And nothing. Wow.
Pushed along. Move it, keep it moving. We could not make any contact with any other industry people.
What was the point? And I know you have you're going to piggyback off that, Sweet LD, but I just wanted to know, what was the point of all of that? And doesn't that kind of discourage you from back then? You all wanted to dance. You wanted to get out there. Didn't that discourage you a whole lot? Like, I don't want to do this no more. Okay.
And I commend them for
sticking in,
pushing through. If I had one regret, that would probably, if I had one regret in life, that would probably be it. But at the same time, I just didn't
want to. So what would happen if, because the first album, you left after the first album, correct? Mm-hmm. What happens when Terrible T and Sweet LD do shows and you're not there? So does it kind of mess up the order of the show?
Well, they're professionals, so they did their thing.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
But they did try to do some replacement people, which hence the Yeah video. And LD and T can speak more on that because, I was young.
Yeah. It was wow. That's sad. It could be sad hearing about this music industry. I'm telling you, it really can.
Go ahead, LD.
No, there's some questions. I couldn't even contact them.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wanted to.
When it comes to stress, I think we found our own way to deal with the stress. Everybody's different. Lil P chose to leave. I gave her kudos, I think probably a year or so ago. I could see why. Because we stayed, me and Terrible T stayed for the very reason she said. We had, we just extended our faith. And then in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, well, just let me see if we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if we can make it happen. Let me see if we can prove them wrong, because they were very adamant on trying to break our spirit. Yeah, they tried to break our spirit. So when you're under a situation where someone is asking you to give 100%, but not appreciating what you contribute, and then in turn, they're trying to break your spirit and tell you that you're not worth it, that's hard to deal with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
So my mentality, especially after Lil P left, me and Tab had a conversation, Terrible T, we had a conversation, and the question was, can we do it? Do you want to stay and do it? And we were both like, yeah, let's prove them wrong. Let's let them know we can make this happen.
Right.
Because we felt we had support, not necessarily from MC Hammer and Louis Burrell. I'm gonna put his name in the mix at this point because he was a big part of the reason why we were at the situation of being overly stressed, undervalued, underappreciated. But and again, I'm gonna say this before I finish. This is not speaking from a place of bitterness. It's not. Because you're asking, right. And I want everybody that's listening. This is a clarification, right. And I'm gonna add to that. You were not there. So before you get in the comments and you try to correct any of us about the experience, you were not there. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. But with the environment that they created, we had that conversation. Do you want to stay? And do you want to do this? And we felt like we had support from Capitol Records. Capitol Records was really pleased with Oaktown's 357. Let's see what we can do. You know what I mean? So I'm very proud of where we started. The fact that, Lil P is like, okay, I could do this, but I'm not doing this by myself. Can Sweet LD and Terrible T do it with me? And we all said yes. Yes, let's make this happen. We were so successful, Capitol Records was pleased with us. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let's see if we can continue. Even though she's gone, let's see what we can do. And I don't care what they gave us, we still stepped up to it. We exceeded what they expected us to do.
That's right. You didn't give up.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like the first video.
Yeah. Because
that was a management decision to add the other two young ladies.
Yes.
We didn't
want to be there. Tell that to them. They didn't want to be there.
So the other two didn't want to be there.
No.
Well,
no.
Don't. They were presented.
We're talking a long time ago. This was a long time ago.
They were presented the opportunity to be in the group, do the video. Mm-hmm. Sweet LD and myself didn't have a say into they didn't. No, they don't need to be there. So when we did the first video,
right.
We stepped up. Me and LD did what we were supposed to do, and the young ladies came in there.
Had to teach them the choreography.
They split Little P's verse in order to even have a part.
Was it difficult working with new people?
It's always interesting.
Okay.
Because from where their perspective is and where ours is, we were, this was our group. This was something we had been doing, and here these two young ladies are just given the opportunity to step into something we already established.
Yeah, established. That's right.
So once the first video went, they end up having issues with those two young ladies. They left, and me and LD was like, "Look, we can do this. Let us show you. We can show you better than we can tell you." And then we went on from there, and they left it alone. They didn't want to add nobody. They was like, they got that.
Yeah.
So. Wow, that's deep. For the viewers, I know the questions that was asked. Well, they asked you to, they wanted you to talk about. I know you already done said it. Everybody done said something. Little pieces of the questions that the fans would like to know. Yeah, that's deep right there. And throughout, if someone wanted to be, get into the hip hop industry, let's say a female group, what advice will you give them before they step into this industry?
For me, I would say don't be as trusting. Get everything looked at. Read everything. Make sure the people that are around you are people that you really trust, because everybody is for themselves, especially, management, the record labels, they're using your talent. Okay. So just be mindful of everything around you and who you want around you. You don't want a bunch of yes people. Yeah, that's great. That looked great. Yeah. You don't want that. You want somebody that's going to tell you that don't look good. Put that now. Change that outfit. Not just to sell you out because they want to hang out. Make sure everybody around you is benefiting you. That's right. To make sure that you're going to do your best
and helping you.
I would say it's a business. Know the business. Know your business. Learn it like the back of your hand, because that's what's going to save you. That's right. If you know your business, and then you have the people around you, the right people around you, and you know the business, you're on top of the game with that one. And nobody can tell you nothing, because I know. That's
right.
Now my my piggyback off of all that is to own your shit. Period. Point blank.
Own your own. Everything.
Yeah, because if you know who you are and you own your shit, then you couple that with the business, then you can always have that discernment to watch who's around you. Okay. But it's always about you first. It's always about you first. They wouldn't be talking to you if you didn't have something.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So yeah, don't ever give, like Terrible T said, don't trust a person just because that's somebody you think you know. Go look at that contract. Like Phyllis said, know the business. Okay, I trust you, bro, but what that contract say? See?
Right.
What that contract do?
What that contract say? So I trust you, but I trust me first. So own your shit, your name, your talent, your business, your EIN, whatever you want to call it. Look at that contract. If it ain't feeling right, have somebody you think you can trust look at it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all peruse it, whatever you want to do, and fix it. But I agree with Tab. Don't have people around you, that are saying yes just to hang out.
Untrustworthy. Yes, man. Yeah.
Don't be bullied.
And they read the contract. Oh yeah, this is good, and you don't read.
Don't be bullied.
Yeah, don't be bullied. That's your business. You know what I'm saying? You are your business, so you have to own your shit. That's what I'm saying. Period. Point blank. Yeah, because they bullied us into signing the contract, and look where it left us.
Wow, that's what. So you had your own decision to make. When you say they bullied you, they actually made you sign it.
Somebody want to speak to that, because I done said it before. I'm not gonna.
It wasn't so much being bullied; it was more so threatened.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So I was on an airplane going to LA, and I was told that I wasn't gonna be able to get back if I didn't.
No, we were on the airplane going to San Diego. Because Hammer had an appearance at a skating ring.
Okay.
And the contracts were presented and said, sign them. We got your back. Trust us. When somebody said, well, maybe I should have a lawyer take a look, at that point, it switched to, if you don't sign it, you can go home. How you gonna get there, I don't know. But when we land, you can figure it out.
Wow. Yeah, that's a threat. That's a threat. That's a threat.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I told you her memory is a little bit better than mine. I thought we was on our way to LA, but it don't matter. We was on the plane.
On the plane, anyway.
On the plane, contract had to be over 200 pages. It was big, and they said
that flight is not long from Oakland to San Diego.
Well, yeah, it ain't long.
I would make that decision.
Wow.
They said, here's the contracts from Capitol Records or what have you. Y'all go ahead and sign it. I believe it was me. I might have been the one that asked, well, can we have our attorney look at it? And so, yeah, Lil P. Because we all sitting in the seats like, we supposed to sign this on the plane? Or
we supposed to won't read and have somebody else look at it.
Can we read this or something like this? So we asked about, could we read it? Could we review it?
Yeah, just real quick. What was the age, if you could just real quick, when they asked you to sign these contracts? How old were you then?
Technically, I was underage.
You were a minor. Yep.
I think Terrible T was
I was only 17.
Yeah.
I might have been 18 or 19.
I was 23.
Then I was 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think that is sad, because I know I didn't have my mother and father. I was living with them. But if I was in a situation like that, I would ask myself, who can I bring with me that is close to me and my family, or a friend? Because it seemed like every story I hear, they never have a family member with them. It's always the label and their people. Like
now, tell them why, because Lil P is saying, but we were not allowed to invite the family. The family was not even, it wasn't even suggested that you check, see if your mom wants to go. See, I remember someone coming to my house and speaking to my mom and saying that it's okay, Mrs. Springs, I got your daughter, and I'm sorry, because she wasn't even Miss Springs. She was Miss Jonikin. She had just been divorced. But anyway, he reassured her that he had my best interest. I would be safe. He would make sure I was taken care of. He wouldn't let any harm come to me. Mm-hmm. He wouldn't expose me to anything that was, a concern to her, and I would be okay. And I had two younger brothers who were both bigger than this dude.
Wow. See?
Didn't mind fighting. But he reassured my mom
that y'all was going to be okay.
Yeah. My brothers didn't mind. Yeah.
And so he reassured that she was going to be okay. I didn't get that.
I got same story, except for with my grandmother. I lived with my grandmother and my dad on 67th Avenue in East Oakland.
Came to my house and talked to my mom and reassured us that we would be fine. So my mom was never invited to go to any meetings, to look at a contract, to
practice, studio.
Yeah, nothing
at all. No practice. See, now this is the reason.
Close rehearsal.
Yeah, close rehearsal.
Yeah. See,
he wanted to come.
I say wickedness. I don't care who this. The music industry is wicked, and it is. It's a shame. Because there's a lot of people that sing their heart out. I mean, they have a God gift to sing and dance.
Yeah.
And then you steal everything from that person after they work so hard.
Yes.
And I'm talking about many groups.
Yes.
That have been robbed.
Oh,
Wow. It's just sad, And I know that this is old, this situation, but do y'all have any contact or talk to Hammer or any the entourage?
I'm still in touch with a lot of people. I think the only person I really don't speak with is Louis Burrell, but we've had a conversation. Okay. We've had a conversation.
Yeah. I finally had a conversation with Hammer in 2014, and that was because of LD.
Oh, okay.
I'm the kumbaya person.
I recently.
Yeah.
So this is recent, which is really odd. So it was, I want to say it's this year.
It was last year.
It was last 2022. Okay, 2022.
Okay.
And I had not spoken to MC Hammer
since then,
since 25 years. So I haven't spoken to him. So LD was in town, and we were catching up, rolling through the bay, chilling. And she reaches out to everybody when she comes to town, and whoever calls back, that's who we visit.
That's right.
And so any group member, anybody that was affiliated, she calls them, hey, I'm in the bay. Hammer's always on that list because he was affiliated. Well, this particular time he called her back. So we were able to kind of lock him in and say, hey, I'm with P. What you doing? Let's hook up. Let's meet. And he was like, oh, I'm on my way home. He was like, I was like, oh, you're not going to turn around for us? So he did. He turned around. I was taken aback. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I said, what is in the air? So we ended up at a parking lot in Lafayette, California, a Whole Foods parking lot. We probably got there at 7 in the morning. 7 in the evening, 7:30. And we probably talked until 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow. So
that's a good number for him. 3 a.m.
Well,
I know. Yeah.
Because when I finally talked to him, it was until about 3, 4 a.m.
We hashed it out, and it was a good conversation. He apologized to things that happened back in that day, and he apologized for not protecting me. He said, and I was like close to tears. I was like, "Are you should be right now?"
Wow. Do you think if a person still apologized that you still have a bitterness towards them, even after a person, even it could be anyone that did you wrong, if they apologize to you, would you still feel bitterness or let it go, like Christ said, let it go and walk away?
I would let it go, but if I felt it was sincere.
Yeah,
because you can tell when somebody, I'm sorry, and you be like, man, you don't mean it, So if it was sincere and I felt that it was, then
then it's different.
Yeah, our conversation started with the apology, and then after that got out the way, we stepped back in time like we had never missed a beat. Me, him, and LD sitting there, jaw jacking, laughing, reminiscing. He's telling us stuff. I don't even remember that. I don't remember that either. And I remember this, and y'all did this, and we just laughed. And
we did this. We did the same thing. And I immediately came into it. What happened to you? And what? No, I was like,
you just went right at it.
I went right at it after he had a show here, and that's LG was like, Tab, just go, and you need to talk to him. You need to get off your chest, because we hadn't talked to him since we got released, which was 90.
Sister 90.
It was in
91,
92.
I hadn't spoken to Hammer since 92. LD had a little more communication with him after, maybe years later, but she had more.
It was
89. I was 89.
Yeah. Wow. So I went and I critiqued his show because it doesn't look the same. It was very interesting to me, and I checked him on that too. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Wow. So it's not the same. Like it wasn't the same like it used to be. Wow.
No, the dancers have a lot more freedom. They can tell him which song they want to dance to. I was shocked. I was really shocked. And then his performance, it's new now, T. It's the 20 partner. They come here to see you in them diaper pants because they think you have no drawers on. You know it.
Yeah.
Little Richard.
He was like, T. And we went, watched the show. After the show, we had dinner and we talked until about 3 or 4 in the morning. And my thing
that must be a special number.
Yeah, my thing to him was, I trusted you. You allowed, the rest of your entourage or whatever. I came in this because of you.
Okay.
You left me. Why didn't you check on where I was at?
That's right.
When you looked around and you didn't see 357, who started with you. All these people, all these new people around you, we were your proteges, we were your bookends, and now we're no longer there. Why didn't you care enough to find us?
Find us, right.
Well, right. I thought you was over here. Okay, you thought, but did you check? No. So we had that, got it out. He apologized. And he kept saying, why didn't you just come to me? You weren't accessible to us. Mm-hmm. Period. Mm-hmm. We went from all of us, in one car to, RV to a bus to a plane. And at some point, they put you on this pedestal where you ain't got to talk to them. Although we are the ones that came in this with you.
Yep.
Wow. That's deep.
It was make an appointment. Why would I have to make an appointment?
For sure.
Oh, so he done got too big for everybody.
Right. Wow. And he was in this bubble, like, oh, he can't be accessed, he's busy. Okay, I'm doing the same thing with him. You had a vision. I understand that. But that vision didn't come until you had all these other people with you. They helped you. You couldn't do that vision by yourself.
Yeah, because
we helped build you.
That's right.
And you just left us behind. Mm-hmm. Because we had a conversation. I know Lil P and LG remembers this. It was Too Big, Lone Mixer, Redeem, and Ace. We were at Sizzlers.
That's old school. Sizzlers. Wow. We had that in Philly.
Okay. We were at Sizzlers. Mm-hmm. All of us and Hammer. This is in the beginning. He says, we're going to do this together. Mm-hmm. When I climb that ladder, we all going to climb that ladder. Mm-hmm. Well, what happened was he took 2 steps and left.
And pushed the ladder down.
Oh, that's messed up. That's
sad, because we all didn't climb that ladder. We got to a point, and then it was, I don't need you, but you still did.
And
let's replace them with these other, and let's make him the big old band. And at one point, I think he was compared to Diana Ross with the clothes chain. But in the beginning, when we were a family, we used to cook. We used to, use the car to get back and forth to practice. We didn't have nothing. We was washing our clothes in the sink. We would always let this man take credit for what we wanted to look cute. We was like, you know what? We got this performance. It's Christmas. He didn't give it to us. We went to Lil P's grandmother, I think mom's, but we went to Sacramento to my dad, and we got the money together to buy these outfits from Contempo.
Oh, I remember Contempo.
The little puffy skirt. It had the little half top to it, and we had the stockings on and the patent leather pumps. And we was cute at the Army base. And what they said was, "Oh my God, the posse looked good." Oh, I know. This is just. He said he know because he did it, and we looked at him like, really?
Yeah, he took credit. He took credit for everything.
Everything.
I have a question. Were those outfits burgundy? Was that a burgundy 2-piece?
I had we all had the black skirt. You had the burgundy. Phyllis had the green jacket. I think me and Phyllis had and it was crushed velvet.
Crushed velvet. Okay. I remember.
We had the black patent leather pumps on.
He has a good point. I believe that in the beginning it was intended to be a family. We were at Sizzler, and he asked us to believe in him. He asked us to take part, to be part of it. And then I remember him saying, we'll all make it, and you guys will have enough money to get homes for your families, get the car that you need, and then be able to send your children to school, whatever school you want to send them to. Again, I was the only one that had a child. So I remember him saying that because I was like, ooh, I need to take care of my son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'd like to clarify, like, we say he pushed the ladder down. Technically, we don't know which one of his people with him pushed the ladder down. We don't know if it was, I'm not going to say it was him per se, or if it was the people around him. Remember,
he kept going up the ladder.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
people around you.
It was I'm gonna go with both of them. It was he did go up that ladder.
He went up it.
He went up the ladder, and we were right there. Okay, because actually, I believe the contract he had with Capitol was not just for him. He needed to have other acts to get that contract
under the contract
with Capitol. So he had to have us. But as soon as he got a leg up, like Terrible T said, I agree with Lil P, somebody was in his ear, and he allowed them to snatch that ladder. That's what I believe happened. And so it just, the whole dynamics changed. And like I said, it changed prior to the contract, because even the rehearsals changed to where he wasn't even coming to the practices. He was at home, and he would call in, or he would have somebody call him to say how the practices were going. So it's a lot that he took credit for, that we actually, our outfits, our whole style, all of that we came up with. But just at the same time, I agree with Lil P. I agree with Terrible T. It's like, how do you allow someone to talk in your ear when you knew we were there when we were selling stuff out of your car? Or you were talking to Davey D on the radio. We was doing performances at school auditoriums. Richmond. So how are you driving up and down the coast in the RV? You understand what I'm saying? So you already have our commitment level, because we've been practicing with no mirrors and no food and no water. You know what I'm saying? You already got us. But how is it that you get to this level where you got 1,000 dancers and the 2 bands and the so on and so forth, whatever you're doing, and you let somebody talk you into not reaching out to the people that started out with, that you asked to believe in you? That was my question. So I believe I did talk Terrible T into going to see him when he was in Arizona.
You did?
Yeah, somebody had to talk me into going to see him when he was in Oklahoma. That was the first time I saw him in some years. And then when I was in the Bay, because I was with Lil P, I said, so you just not going to come see us? And I don't live here. You know, Lil P does, but he's not going to go see her. You know what I mean? So I was glad that that Terrible T listened, because I believe that helped her heal some things. And I'm glad that I was with Lil P to make that happen as well. So just so we could have some type of healing, because it was very
And what's funny is, when I did have the talk with him, that was the hammer I believed in back then.
When you talked to him that time.
Right. When I talk to him now, that's the one that got me to believe. Because I understand he had to go through a lot, but still, I trusted you.
Okay.
You know.
Well.
So I text him every now and then, happy birthday. You know, he responds. You know, we'll have a conversation, but it's not the same.
Wow.
You know, like it was in the beginning.
I'm quite sure it'll be different because of what happened. You know, and I think it was all of the people from that label, like them higher ups, was really in his ear, like real bad, you know. So, well, the good thing about it is you're all looking good. You all still have your sanity. Some people don't come back from this. Some people get sick, end up in the hospital, anything.
Yeah.
You know, and as far as like finances, now they talks about, is it residual, right?
Residual.
Now, is it possible that y'all do get that from all the stuff y'all went through?
No.
See, it was a contract. I think y'all signed it. It had, oh man.
Yeah.
We
can check Louis Burrell's pockets.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well, I would love for the viewers that wanted to know. I'm quite sure they got a little piece of everything from the back in the day, from the story. Can you also give us a story, Terrible T, about how you hurt your leg dancing in a Juicy video?
Well, originally,
what happened with that?
Originally, my injury was from basketball. When I played basketball, I had tore cartilage and ligaments back in high school. So we were doing the video. Well, let me back up. Once they did the surgery, the doctor said there was a piece of cartilage that is floating. So when we were at this, I think it was in San Francisco, we were doing the video. And that video, that scene where we have the tight pink on and we kind of twist, I turned and my knee locked because that little piece of cartilage got stuck.
I know that hurt. Ooh.
So I couldn't bend it. I couldn't straighten it out, but we didn't want to stop shooting. And that wasn't something that was forced, like, oh, you got to do it. That's just how me and LD were trained. You don't stop.
Did you say anything or give somebody a look like?
Oh, yeah, they knew. They knew. So that's when the director was like, okay, what we can do is we'll shoot it from Terrible T down, to the waist, and then we'll come back, up to LD so they can see right. So part of the video I was okay. And then when we got to the other part, when we were driving the car into the building, that's when I hurt my knee, because the outside shots that we did in
San Francisco.
In San Francisco, I was fine. All the outside shots, the beginning of the video, all that stuff was great.
Until you got in the car, inside. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So after I had to be carried to the car because my leg wouldn't straighten out.
Wow.
I got home and I had to crawl. I had to crawl into the apartment building. And took care of it. Had surgery. They took it out. So all better.
Oh, wow. So now you're good. Now no cane, none of that type of stuff. You're good.
Oh, no.
But back then you had to use a cane, right? Back then, like one of those, for support.
No.
None at all. Okay. Wow.
I had crutches for a little bit, but other than that, went on to make history.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're back. And you was back then. Now, Lil P has a story about salt and pepper. You said you was going to talk about.
You.
You already went through it. Okay.
Yeah, that's where I was on the mic. We were on the mic at the studio, and I was playing around with we were in between practice.
Yeah.
On the downtime, look like I had the energy, but yeah, we had energy. So I was on the mic singing, rapping Tramp, and he walked in on it.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a funny story that Lil P probably needs to. She gonna die laughing. When we were on stage with Hammer, remember when he needs you?
What do you mean he needs you? Like what?
Okay. Hammer he's a great dancer, but he's also a little clumsy.
A little clumsy. Okay.
A little.
So we would stand in that format, straight across, and he would come up to each one and do a little dance, and we'd do a little dance back, and he'd move to the next one. Well, what happened when he got to you, P?
Yeah, what happened, P?
Girl, he must have kneed me and my knee.
Wow.
And I had to flip. It's true.
Wow. I know it hurt, right?
Yeah.
He didn't knee you in your knee.
Where did he knee me? In my leg, or was it my butt? You got the stories. I don't never remember what happened.
He did knee you, but
privates.
He kneed you and lifted you up a little bit, and you popped him in the head.
Oh my God. I don't remember.
Wow.
I love your memory, man.
I think it was, how you have that reaction like somebody, she was like, ugh.
Yeah.
She was standing like this.
Mad. I know you were mad about that one. What? And since
he's actually caused. I think it was Ace that caused me to twist my ankle. Hammer hit me in his spin. He's just wild on stage, so it had to be discussed that he would be a little bit further in front of us.
Okay.
And we would be a few more feet behind him because there was accidents happening. Mm-hmm. So on the show Arsenio, everybody's nervous because he's going to each one of us to dance with us.
Wow.
I was so glad that he did not come at the end to dance with me because he was too close. He was too close. So yeah, on Arsenio, I think he dances with Ace, he dances with Terrible T, he dances with Lil P, and then he spins off. I was like, thank you, God, because listen.
Look, and if you notice, my legs were closed. I did this little closed leg shuffle.
Well, yeah, because you didn't want to get kicked.
Yeah.
What was the group's most memorable, funny, thing that happened on tour?
Come on, T, you got the memory and the story.
Well, we was on the Hammer tour, and we had a huge water fight. Do you remember that, D?
Yes, I do.
Well, on a bus,
it was a water gun fight
in the hotel. We had this huge water fight with Jodeci.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, to the point that we were in Colorado, and we all ran to the store and got them huge water guns.
The old school, the water guns.
The huge ones.
To the point the store sold out because we took all of them. Yeah. And we filled them up and we ran through the hotel like we was crazy. People was coming off the elevator. We was like
elevators up and down the stairs. Yeah, it was a whole battle.
Yeah. We got in trouble for it later, but we had fun.
I'm quite sure in the hotel they wrote y'all some type of
the hotel violation. Didn't even care. We were at the Courtyard Marriott in Colorado, and we were just going through the hotel elevators up and down the stairs. They were laughing. We got in trouble from our people because we're not supposed to associate with other artists. Mm-hmm. So,
but we were stuck there. We were stuck there because it was a storm. It was a snowstorm. So we were going to be there for a little bit longer than we planned on being there. So we had Uno cards. We played Take a Shot Uno. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you lost the game, you had to take a shot.
Then you take a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had some fun. There was some fun things going on. Yeah.
Well, the last story I have is
Detroit.
We were with 2 Live Crew and NWA.
Oh wow!
2 Live Crew's girls was trying to be slick and holler at the NWA boys, and the next morning 2 Live Crew's girls was still in the hotel, and 2 Live Crew was gone.
Yes,
left them in there.
Get back on your own. Yeah, I think NWA helped them get back though.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I thought it was funny because they were trying to be slick.
I know y'all have tons of stories. I know that.
Oh yeah. I have this in Detroit. We were in Detroit, LD, and we were again snowstorm, but we had to go wash our clothes.
Oh Lord!
in a hotel or
no? The hotel didn't have, so we would always try to find a laundromat so we can go wash our clothes. So Peter Seven, who was one of the engineers, he was taking me and LD to go wash clothes. God. So it's snowing. We're in the parking lot.
You don't want to know.
Me and Peter Seven go this way. LD go that way because she disappeared.
LD disappeared.
Directionally challenged.
She was walking and all of a sudden she was gone.
Where did you go?
On the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, on the ground. In the snow. Yeah.
I had slid.
I didn't slid.
So you was practically buried. You was buried under the snow.
I slid in between 2 cars. So I was trying to get back.
Wow.
Oh man, I wish I had video of that. That sounds funny.
So I don't know why she remembers that story. Okay,
because I remember everything.
Oh my God! So yeah,
great memory.
That's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I know that watching Oaktown 357, the legendary crew. I used to look at you. This 9, maybe 10. It was innocent. All the dances you did, just watching you dance. We used to love it. Just watching. It wasn't no type of no sex statements going on. It was just all fun.
Pure dancing.
Yeah. And it was innocent.
Yeah.
But when I watch videos now, or either stage performances, it's like I'm at a striptease, like a live striptease. How do you feel about when you see women today in hip hop on stage?
LD.
Wow.
I feel like they have upped the ante, and they just up the ante, and there's nowhere else to go.
Wow.
They're going to basically up the ante themselves out. And I'll just bring up the 50th celebration of hip hop on the Grammys.
Yeah.
To me, that made a statement of toning it down. Trying to say, tone that down. Look at this. Look at our Queen Latifah spoke volumes to me.
Yeah.
On that one.
Okay.
So I don't know how I feel about it. To each his own, but it's not my hype. It's not my hype.
And you have children now, 11, 12, coming up. They love that type of music and they sing it all the time. So the message, I believe, is wrong. The message they giving out, and the guys that rap, they just giving out this wrong message. And I know I don't listen to the new stuff. I'm 46. I know I'm not that old, but I don't listen to that. Like I love my 80s, my 90s, the early 2000s. That's where it stops. Now some things I may listen to, but I just think that is really not a good thing to be on stage half naked. Then you have the pants coming down, with the men. It's just not a good thing. And how about
where's it gonna go? Like, where are you gonna?
Yeah,
How
ours was subtle. It still left. It still left that imagination. Now there's no imagination because it's just there.
Exactly.
It's like
I think it's hard to comment on it because somebody's gonna look at what we did, 20, 30 years ago and think that was extreme when it wasn't. I think the only extreme outfit that I could not stand is two of them. Was the ones where we had the one piece jumper on, but it had the holes cut out on the side.
That we did on Robert Townsend.
I don't know what show we did, but I did not like that outfit. That was one. Hammer has a video where we're performing, and it looks like I have on genie pants, but the panty of the genie pants didn't sit well on the rump, so it came in like a G-string, and you have these sheer bikini. I didn't like neither one of them outfits. You see what I'm saying? Okay. But if we say something now in 2023, okay, somebody's gonna pull that video and go, look at y'all. Y'all was doing this, y'all were doing that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. They're gonna do that. So my thing is to be mindful because it is about intention. What do you really intend to do with this outfit when you go on stage? So if you take it back to Oaktown 357, when we started, it was about being practical, comfortable, something that can handle the sweat and not show all the sweat, would hold our chi-chi in place and let us bounce around without looking like, whatever. So we wore the biking shorts and the biking tops, the jumps, all of that to make it functional for us to perform. Then we got a little sexier later, but I don't know. Today, it just seems like it's a stripper.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't mean no harm, but that just looks like they went straight to the stripper club and they, they brought the outfits out and it's their show. I mean, it's their show. Somebody's liking it because baby, they making some money. They're
making the money.
Videos is popping, so I can't really say too much on it because we did ours back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was different.
Song Juicy was probably one of the more risque songs. However, it was a play on words as well. Because we're not only talking about like what you could think it could be, but it also could be our sweat. That's juicy. Our dancing. That's
juicy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Subtle.
That's juicy. Yeah, we getting paid for sweating, dancing, but whatever else you can imagine we might be talking about. That was the whole point.
Right. That's the whole point. That's right.
Yeah. Now they say Juicy was the first WAP. They say Juicy was the first WAP. So
Oh, the first WAP.
The WAP,
the WAP.
They say that was the first WAP. I don't know.
WAP.
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 Wow.
The Cardi B. Is that Cardi?
Yeah. Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah. So I've been hearing that a lot. That Juicy has been compared or likened to WAP as the first WAP. I listen to it. We do say things like ration out the juice.
That was my next.
Sweat.
I know.
Party. Juicy. That's our juice.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just telling what the people say.
Every
time WAP come up, they go Juicy was the first WAP or what. I'm like,
now, do y'all listen to any of your music today? Just like
I cherry pick the kind of music. So like that little Uzi's body yada yada.
I want to rock or something like that. Want to rock?
Yeah, I'm supposed to learn that to do it with my son.
Oh my goodness, that song.
Yeah.
Whatever they doing, I'm supposed to learn it. I don't know what they doing.
Wow.
So
actually, it's a big song, actually. So it's way out there.
Yeah. But I listen. Look, I have so many different musical interests. I know LD don't want to hear me say it, but I listen to BTS. I love BTS, the Korean pop band.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on the lines of what we're talking about. It's in a different language. They do have some. They come in with some English, so you kind of know the context of what they're talking about.
Yeah,
and it could be sexy too. And they even have a few cuss words, but it leaves something to the imagination.
At least it does that, yeah.
Which is why I like it. And it can be a little R&B feel to some of it, so it gives me my R&B feel without all the, you know what I'm saying.
But they sound good though. She's right. They sound really good. BTS sounds really good.
So I just
Korean pop. It does. It sounds good.
I'm trying to look for alternative artists as well.
Okay.
I listen to some of the new stuff, but I think for me, I tune out the words. It's the beat for me.
Oh, so you just like to listen to the beat?
Yeah, some of them have that because they did mix it with some of the old school beats, and that's what kind of draws me to some of the music. Because you had to go back and get some NWA. You had to go back and get some of those old schools to mix it in there. Too Short and all that. So I think it's the beat for me kind of draws it, and the words I kind of just tune it out.
Secondary tune.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's well said. And what's going on now with everyone? Are you still making music? Just on your own time?
On our own time, I am as well. I'm not sure if LD and them. LD might be, Lil P might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
On my own time, I have not been making any music. LD and I we dabbled in something in 2000. Okay. You can tell the year. I don't remember. But right now, I work from home. I'm a grandmother of 2 beautiful grandsons.
Okay.
And dance when I can. Look, like nobody is watching.
Wow.
And look, always ready though.
Always ready.
Always ready. Somebody can get it.
Okay.
Somebody can get it. But Lil P and I recorded a couple songs, I want to say in 2013, maybe 2014.
2014.
So get up on it, and we got the stuff. So that was released, and that was with Ty Macklin, who's a producer here in Fort Worth. And then about a year ago, I want to say, I did another project with him on a single, All She Wrote. So I went and did the lyrics to that single for another project. But I'm available if somebody wants to do something. I don't know if these ladies want to get back together, but
What I just say?
This is my turn. Listen, Linda. Anyway, so one of the questions from the fans was, is there any new music coming out? I think that was Jermaine Jelks, and it was someone else that asked that question. So we are open and available to that. I mean, I think it would be amazing. You have to find the right sound for today because today's sounds are very, very interesting. But I still think it would be fun for us. The other reason why I think it would be awesome is because we still have a lot of youth in us. We're still a youthful group of ladies. So I think it would be fun to do, to get out there and to do something. But just on the GP, I'm not in the studio. I'm into fitness now. That's my thing, so that's what I've been doing lately.
We did do the Tom Joyner, well, not just, but we did the Tom Joyner.
Sure did.
The 2019.
Right before the pandemic hit, we went on the Tom Joyner cruise and we did a show.
Okay.
That was amazing. We did.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how was that? Was the fans so excited to see you?
Oh, yeah. We were there. Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like a groupie though, because there was groups there that I love. Like, what was it? After 7.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah.
702.
What Kim and was it Sheila E?
Sheila E. I think she was 702.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah, she sure was.
Sunshine. Sweet Tea.
Yeah. Adina Howard.
Adina Howard.
Yeah.
We were fangirling in the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lady of Rage is the one. Shout out to Lady of Rage.
Yeah, Rage.
And D. Ellis were the ones that helped us get on that cruise.
I was going to ask you, how did you get that phone call? Did they contact one of you? Or
it was the Lady of Rage. I had met her a couple years prior with in doing a show, I think in North Carolina. With D. Ellis. He's a comedian here in Dallas. And so he was doing a show with Slick Rick and Dana Dane and the DJ from LL Cool J. I'm trying to think who else. Lady of Rage was on that, but he reached out and he wanted me to come. And he invited me. So when I got there, she was there and I met her for the first time. And so we hit it off. She's always on that cruise, as DLS is. They've been doing it for some years together. And so they reached out to her and asked her if she knew of any groups that, should be on the cruise. Yeah. And somebody knew. They had already had a set group of women that did ladies' night. So they wanted to try some people. So she reached out and asked if we were available.
Yeah.
Wow. So
we're definitely available to do a cruise again.
I was just going to say that if you got a phone call to do it again, would you do it again? And
yes. But this time I would stay the whole time.
Yeah.
We learned something new. You can stay the whole cruise.
We want to stay the whole cruise.
Is it the Rock the Bells hip hop cruise or something like?
Yes,
so
Rock the Bells.
That's already out and sold out. But when they
sold out in one day, made history.
In one day, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sold out. So we're available. You know what I'm saying? To have a good time, show up and do what we got to do. As Lil B says, we ready.
We ready.
Stay ready.
Well, everybody would love to see y'all. Y'all have a lot of fans. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of fans.
I appreciate that. I love the fans. We love the fans. Thank you so much for your memories that you share. All you trolls, go troll somewhere else.
That's right. The words.
That's right. Somewhere else. Yeah.
Viewers, I knew this was going to be fun. We have Oaktown's 357, Lil P, Terrible T, Sweet LD. That rhyme too. Lil P, Terrible T, Sweet LD.
We got bars.
I thank y'all so much for coming on to the show. I really do. But one more thing. Do you have anything to say to your fans? Something that will encourage them? Someone might be going through something right now, or just anything. What would it be?
Who's going first? Okay, Terrible T, go ahead.
Oh. Look, hey, don't give up. Put one foot in front of the other. Get out the bed every morning. Just smile, look up, and say, "I'm still here, and I can still do it. I got another day in me. I got another day in me. Don't give up.
Don't give up. Don't give up."
Yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, Terrible T.
Well, pretty much like Lil P said, but I mean, you have to thank God first, for allowing you to have that next breath. And what he wants you to do with that next breath is just take it and keep it pushing.
Right.
All that he's gonna lift you. You just gotta believe. But you gotta believe in yourself
first.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah. Well, what I'm gonna say is I'm just gonna say this. It ain't gotta be perfect. It ain't gotta be pretty. It ain't gotta be right now. You understand what I'm saying? There is no rush. So if you want to lay down, take a nap, take a nap. You want to sip on some water, some tea, some wine, whatever. Do your feet, whatever you want to do. It's about self-care. Like Terrible T said, you first say thank you. Lil P said keep going. The only way you can do that is take care of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So before you give to anybody else, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want me to do today, but I'm ready for it. Let's go. See what I'm saying? But it ain't got to be right now. It got to be pretty. It ain't got to be perfect. It's got to be a reflection of you. So keep going. You here for a reason. He ain't took you out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Still here. You still breathing. Still got a chance.
You got things to do.
Yeah, you got this day. Give it y'all for this day. You got another day tomorrow.
Yes.
Don't worry about that day.
But just be kind, because you don't know what somebody is going through. And by you might say good morning or, hello to somebody that might lift them up. So you just have to be mindful. There's so much craziness going on right now that a kind word to somebody may change them.
That's true.
A smile. Even
a smile. Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was well said. I thank you. I really do. I thank you for coming on to the show. I know you're going to make. You're more than welcome. You're going to make a lot of fans happy because they cannot wait to hear what you guys have to talk about from back then and bringing it up like that. This AVision Media broadcast, we have Oaktown's 357 that actually came to the show. I feel special because they came to see AVision Media.
Well, it's all because of you, because you posted us on your page. I got a bunch of tags, and I said, well, let me tell the young man thank you very much for putting us on the page. and it just took off from there. So thank you for inviting us to come and chat.
Thank you.
We appreciate you for keeping us alive.
Exactly.
Thank y'all for answering all my messages on Instagram, because everyone lives somewhere else, like, here. And I said, I hope this worked.
It's a coordination.
And it did. I thank you so much. I really do, y'all. And
but let me just say this, and I'm speaking for me, but it might come across for LD and Little P. We're not trying to bash Hammer, because he did give us a platform.
Right.
It was just, you gave it, but you took it away. But I still thank you for giving me that opportunity to be involved and to know that I can do it. That's just me.
Ditto. We are not bitter. We are very thankful.
Yeah, and plus,
and that was our truth. It still was our truth. Not thankful.
There's still a lot of truth, but that part's our truth.
and sometimes it is good to, I like to say vent, but not in a bitter way. But we're talking about something that happened more than 30, not more than 30, but maybe close to 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So basically, that was something behind the scenes. Everyone likes to know what goes on in the music industry behind the scenes.
Right.
We see how happy y'all are on stage dancing, but what happens when y'all get off and go back there? What happens when it's time to get paid or go home? Like, what happens? No one knows. So telling that story can like open up people like, wow, that was going on. Like, it's amazing. So basically, that's what it was. There's no bashing. We're not bashing Hammer. I post you. Everybody love you. You still, you had the moves, and they love you.
Yeah.
So basically, there's no bashing. It's just
all love. So, ladies, there were some questions we did not get to answer.
Y'all want to do it now? Y'all can do.
Y'all want to do it now?
What are they? Go ahead. Sure. Give me
a few of them we answered though.
Well, we didn't say our favorite video.
That's right, and I have that. Yeah, just this. You can do that now, and I'll just put it all in.
Look, mine was Ringham.
You said Ring.
No, we didn't even do a video of Ringham.
Y'all did y'all thing, and yeah. And turn it up. Y'all did y'all thing and turn it up.
Oh, I love turning it up.
Wild and Loose was my favorite.
Okay,
Wild and Loose. Someone else talked about that. I was
gonna go there too. Wild and Loose is my favorite because of the choreography. And then Turn It Up was the other favorite because of the choreography. And do we remember the choreography? Only when the song comes on.
Yeah.
That's the only time we remember the choreography. I
can be in the grocery store, and if I hear like Hammer's Let's Get It Started, I actually still know the routine.
Exactly.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. That was pretty easy. So she got a point. Yeah.
Look a little pig. Okay, I see.
Oh, we got it. We know that one.
Yeah.
How about We Like It?
That's Wild and Loose.
That's Wild and Loose.
Okay, Wild and Loose. All right. Turn it up. It's Not Your Money.
I like It's Not Your Money.
I like my hair in that one.
That's what I was gonna say. I like It's Not Your Money for the weed. We was cute with the weed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and we had some really cute boyfriends. I think that was the first time where we had boyfriends.
No, you had the boyfriend. But I really like the hair, and I love the concept of the video, and I loved our band.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Because that was an all-female band that really played. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were playing the instruments for real. So I like that too. Yeah.
How about Honey?
I like Honey. I like my hair in Honey.
Sweet up, LD. What you got to say? It's like you want to say something.
LD doesn't. She didn't care for.
Okay, listen. I like the lyrics to Honey. I like one of the outfits, but Honey gives me a little bit of like, because I think they were trying to take us to over sexualized, risque, and they brought from the wardrobe, they had actually lingerie, like
they had dental floss.
Wow.
LD said, "I'm not putting on that dental floss.
I'm not doing it." So it caused the whole stink. But the song itself, we wrote it with Treasure Redmond, and it was a really good song, a good video concept. But for whatever reason, they decided that they wanted to make it like Playboy
Okay.
So yeah, they were doing too much, but I do like.
They had Special Generation in that song.
Right, yeah, and it was a good song. It really was. But I just didn't like that Playboy.
You don't like that Playboy?
No, I didn't like that.
Why do they do that?
We didn't need it. Huh?
Why do the label do that? Why they think that you have to take your clothes off?
That wasn't label. That was management.
Well, management. I mean, yeah. So I know that's a big money maker, but
I ain't gonna even blame that on the record label. That was.
It wasn't. It wasn't them. It was management.
It was management. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
they had some idea to connect us to the Playboy channel at night.
Wow.
I don't know why, but that was their whole whatever. So when we got a whole wardrobe room, and it's 3 to 4, maybe 5 racks of clothing, all like Terrible T said, dental floss. Why are we putting this on? You know
and what would happen if you reject and say, "Listen, I'm not doing it at all"?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Rejected, and then they used the extras.
I talked to Terrible T because she hadn't seen the wardrobe yet. So when I was taken over to the wardrobe tent and I saw what it was, I asked who was the clothes for, and they said this is what they wanted us to get for you guys. I was like, nope, this got to be for the extras. So when it was clear that it was not, I called. I told them I wasn't wearing it. I called Terrible T and I said, we're not going to wear this. She took a look at it and she's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But the minute we both agreed that we were not going to wear it, they called Louis Burrell. So I actually got cursed out, fussed out, literally cursed out about, but I didn't wear it. I'm not wearing it. So y'all got to make a decision. Either we're going to do this video today and you find me something I'm comfortable with, or we're not doing it. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So that's when they came with the other wardrobe, which was cute.
It was cute.
It was, the outfits that we wore, we agreed they were cute. Mm-hmm. So they used the extras for those scenes that they wanted, the dental floss in. But
I should keep on the dental floss.
Because it was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. That
it was a good song. But it's Marquette. He sang beautifully.
Marquette.
Yeah, he sang beautifully. But that's just what management did. They were accustomed to telling us where to go, what to do, and for us not to ask any questions and just do it. But nah, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fun to me. I don't know. I don't think I would do it.
We were even told
as far as like if they wanted me to wear something, because now men be wearing skirts. They put some rappers in skirts and high heel shoes. That's crazy.
With fingernail on finger polish on their nails. It's real interesting nowadays. Yeah, but
we were told, we were having one of these discussions where we were trying to stand up for ourselves, and we were told that they could take us and put us on a street corner and nobody would know who we were.
Can you go say it how they said it? Because you're missing how they said it.
That's
what was crazy. That?
I could take you, MFs.
Yeah, MFs.
On a busy intersection in LA.
Put you in an intersection in LA and nobody know who that.
Nobody will know you, MFs.
So you need to get it together.
That sounds more like a mob, but that's crazy.
It was really interesting. But like I said, I think when you look at everything, they said diamonds come from pressure, and that's what we become is diamonds from that pressure. Yeah, it was crazy.
Y'all still strong, y'all still strong together.
Yes.
So that's all that matters. Because I talked to somebody, I'm not going to say the name, but I talked to a movie star not too long ago, and this woman, she goes in and out. She talks about what they've done, and then she'll say something else, and then she'll say, I gotta call you back. Out of nowhere, and all these things going on in her mind.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because of what happened. Yeah.
So she got PTSD.
Exactly. It happened from all of that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, she's got PTSD?
Yeah.
I said, wow. And I feel sorry for her because she has she has talked to you in the beginning. And when she talks about what happened behind the scenes, it's a whole different thing. It's like who are you? I just was talking to one person and it just transformed. Just like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, look, I can't talk no more.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Because it brings up, a lot of, and LD has blocked out a lot of it. And she'll, call me, well, Tab, what happened? And I'll tell her, and she was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, for real?
I don't remember. And it's almost like she goes into this, she'll see it.
It's a safety net. It's a safety net.
Just blank out. Yeah. And I'll be like, well, this happened on Tuesday. I can tell you the date, the time, what we were wearing.
Terrible T can tell you the date, the year, where you were. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
I will have like a little, I'll have a little like, I thought that happened, but I'm not sure.
Right.
Okay.
It's almost like you really don't want to believe that somebody treated you that way.
Yeah. That's another thing. But I've gotten much better, especially with the clarity of it all. So like when the guy was on your page and he said, y'all got booed, I was like, boy, ain't nobody got booed off no stage.
We've never been booed off stage.
Never been booed.
Yeah, I was surprised because everyone was when you said someone said y'all was gospel singing, something like that. Y'all was
I remember somebody thought we was
Trinity 5-7.
And when you responded, people was like, "Is that really her? Like, is that her?" And and there you go. You responded to those. And how do you handle trolls and haters on the internet? Do you always?
Here's the thing. I'm learning.
They get LD.
I'm learning a little bit better now. But I remember when I first found Facebook.
She talks to everybody.
I do, and people were saying you should have your personal page and then a 357 page.
357 page, yeah.
Look, Facebook is a lot to manage for people who are not accustomed to social media and technology. Mm-hmm. So I created this Facebook page, and I swear to God, it was going good. And this one guy comes in the DMs and said, "You have no business fraudulently acting like you're sweet LD." I'm like,
we didn't believe it was you.
You didn't even ask me if it was me. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the first weird encounter I had. When you do things on YouTube, you have people who want to leave comments. So that was the reason why I said what I said in the beginning. Don't come telling me from your experience what you think you know about the business. Right. We were there. You see what I'm saying? So like if I'm sharing something, it's not to make Hammer look bad. It's not to make anybody look bad. It's just this is what happened. And there's accountability that has to go with that. Like, why did I decide? Why did I stay? Why did I do? I have to be accountable too. But sometimes I have to look at the trolls and just be like, you know what? Y'all need a moment. And most recently, Terrible T helped me understand that because that dude had me going for a minute. Like he said, y'all got booed. I was there and I was like, nah, we ain't never been booed. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so. So I reached out to her, screenshot it. I was like, do you remember this? And she was like, no, we never. I said, just what I thought. So see, that time, my memory was correct. Okay, so when I went back to him, I said, okay, whatever. I said, if it did happen, it happens to the best of us. That's really, it was like, so what? And then when I told Lil P about it, she was like, well, what was his point? I said, I don't know, but Terrible T.
I was like, your point is?
Your point is, yeah. And so Terrible T had a good point where he was a troll. He was just trying to get attention. So I have to be more.
You got to ignore.
Mindful. People. It's not important that I defend us all the time. Right. You know, it's not important that I do that. People are going to say what they got to say. Here's another thing I don't like. If I see something on social media, and everybody could take a lesson. If you see something on social media you don't like, don't comment. Keep scrolling. It's not your business.
Mind your business.
That's their page. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, we don't need to be involved in whatever they decide. Here recently, they was talking about Rihanna's picture with A$AP Rock, and he holding the baby. Would you take a picture like that? Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares?
Why are you commenting? You see what I'm saying? So I have to learn that I don't need to defend Oaktown 357. Our record speaks for itself. The work speaks for itself. Our personalities, we speak for ourselves. So I don't have to, be like, no, we didn't get, boy, if you thought we got booed, okay. Whatever.
But on the internet,
you were probably the only person in the audience doing it.
He probably was.
Yeah,
he didn't understand the song.
He didn't understand the song.
Yeah, it's just best to not even.
Because Juicy is not a song that you get booed on.
It is not.
Yeah, so I don't know what was that about. Who was that guy?
I don't know.
But there's so many people on my page that comment on every video I put up. It's just so many. I can't get to everybody. I just hit like because it's hard to try to get to every. We're talking about 4,000 and 5,000 comments. I can't get through all of that.
That's a lot.
You know?
And some of it is a conversation. You know, where somebody says
a lot of it is.
Somebody is responding. Yeah. But I thought I just felt honored because when you posted it, my inbox blew up and people kept tagging me and they kept tagging me. And then I was like, what is this? So I had to slow down and look. And look at I was like, oh, he posted this. Okay, I got it. Let me go say thank you. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I'll look at the comments and just say, hey, thank you to the people that are commenting. So I did that. And then it was a rabbit hole. It just was a rabbit hole because somebody was like, you need to erase them from hip hop history. And I was like, oh my God.
Now, that right there. Now,
that's line.
Yeah, see, that man could have got, I don't know who it was, but he could have gotten deleted. But a lot of people came right at him for that.
Yeah, they did.
So I didn't have to say anything. And, you know, and I don't think he said anything else after that. So, you know.
I have a sister friend here. What you say, Loki?
I feel honored because, you know, not everybody remembers that there were an original 3.
Right.
So I always feel like, oh, y'all remember me? Okay. I mean, my voice was still on the album, but my face was not in any of the videos. So, but
now they'll ask where's Lil P?
Yeah, they will. They will.
They'll talk to Terrible T and Lil P. Do you guys still talk to MC Hammer? Are you guys still working on? They'll always ask that for the people that remember. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the other ones who feel like hip hop only belongs to whatever the East Coast was doing.
That's right.
And so they want to say stupid stuff like erase them. And it's like, bruh, stop. So somebody got on him really quickly and I didn't have to really say anything.
You know, we were acknowledged at the Grammys. We've been in books because we started hip hop. You know, we were a part of that. You know, all in the same gang. We were on that. So we definitely made our footprint in hip hop culture, and now we're starting to get, you know, the flowers, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you because to me, a lot of the West Coast doesn't get a lot of acknowledgement.
They don't.
So, you know, it's a blessing when you see it. Like I was shocked to see it, you know, us up on the Grammys. You know, I'm like, wow. You know, it took long enough, but
but you know, it did. But you still they should. And you know who else gave you a shout out to? Diggable Planets.
Really?
You got to go onto the page. Y'all got about maybe 200,000 views. So you got to go through all of that. And
oh wow!
Everybody it's shared so many times.
Wow!
I mean, everybody has.
He gave us a shout out.
What?
You said, don't mess with them 357 girls. They come packed.
That's right.
No, it's an honor, but I was really thinking at this point for hip hop to be 50 years old or young, 50 years young, we should have been on the stage. So I'm not ungrateful, but it is our turn to be in person on these award shows. It is our turn. It's our turn.
I thought I was going to get the what you call it, the Hollywood hand. What is it?
The Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah.
Everybody started to get one.
Don't you gotta pay?
I see. I heard
Ice-T got his today or yesterday.
Yeah,
yesterday. I think
it was like I thought your management or the record label kind of do that for you. I didn't know you.
It ain't gonna happen if it's up to them.
I think they said it costs about $20,000 or $30,000. I don't know. That's what I was hearing. I don't know.
It's not going to happen if it's up to them. I think at this point we have to investigate. You know, getting a street named after us or any of those things that are going to happen. We have to investigate that because if we wait another 50 years.
Do y'all know how big y'all were? And everybody else see it. Everybody knows. So you can't skip over Oaktown 3-5. You just can't do it.
So let me ask you this question. You have everybody over here. You got the 3 of us over here.
Okay.
And so the 3 of us over here were never told what everybody thought about us in a positive light.
Right.
this is what caused Lil P to leave, and this is what caused me and Terrible T to say, let's see if we can make this work. Because they never told us we were liked like that or loved like that. They never.
It was always the opposite.
Mm-hmm. So now we're learning when it comes to people giving us, like Terrible T said, our flowers and such.
Yeah.
Now we're learning, but it's we have to emotionally and mentally catch up.
Mm-hmm. So it's humbling because, again,
we've been dealing with the people and the stuff that they said for so
right.
PTSD.
Plus we couldn't associate with other artists. Now the artists are like, you know what? Back then we thought they used to think we were stuck up because we wouldn't speak to them. We would get off stage, go straight to the room because of what we were being told behind the scenes. So we made those connections we didn't make. Like, like everybody else is, pick up their phone and they can contact whoever just on the whim. We weren't able to do any of that. So it's now we're playing catch up. So everybody's like, you know what? Back then I thought you were like this. And they're like, you know what? You really cool. It was like
really cool. They never had a chance to.
Right.
This is what they thought back then.
Exactly.
Wow, it took all those years.
When I left, I should have been able to flip that popularity. I should have been able to flip that popularity and stayed in the music industry.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know
because we didn't have any contacts, any connections.
Business cards. I had no numbers. Nothing.
Yeah.
And nobody really. They knew me, but they didn't know me.
Yeah, they didn't know you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then because of how it was ran, people were afraid to even approach us because they were like, "Oh, don't talk to them, don't do this, don't do that," because they wanted to keep us in this bubble, not knowing, you know what? As a dancer, you should get paid. As all these things, you can have these connections. You can go dance with other people. They didn't want us to have any links to that because LD didn't find out until, I don't know if it was years or later on, that we actually had an opportunity to go dance for Janet, and that was taken away. Because didn't want us to do it.
That would have been big. I mean, huge.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I tell you one thing, y'all made a big statement, and I say an impact. When y'all came, it was like y'all came and just blew up, and the world loved Oaktown 357. Don't ever forget that. I know y'all know that. They love you guys, and I do too. I love what you did, what you brought. All these girls today that's out doing something. You guys started. You Salt and Pepper. It was a whole group of people before they even came. So it's like y'all started this, and they know it. Maybe they won't sometimes acknowledge it, but we all know the truth, And I definitely I thank you. I really do. I thank you for what you brought to hip hop. Hammer did his thing. He danced like crazy. He did his thing. So I'm glad.
Yes,
that's right. They put me in the mix.
That was my favorite video. They put me in the mix. That was my favorite.
That was good.
I love that routine. I think I love the outfits.
That's what it was. The outfit.
It was the outfit because we looked like we was going. Me and LG had these. It was a jump, and it looked like Yoda lady who one of those.
Yoda lady who.
It was. We had the little white tank underneath, and it had the little right across the chest. So it looked like all we had to do was yo lady.
Yeah. Wow, that's that old commercial. Yo lady who.
Well, but it's just I just feel like women should support each other a lot more. Each other. As far as in rap. Because definitely, there's a place for everyone because of everyone's different talent, but the camaraderie that the men have in the industry is just so connected where I just think the females should empower that as well.
That would be dope if that could happen. Because now it seems like females is really doing their thing, like in rap. As far as like on stage and making music.
Like Queen Latifah said, it should be unity opposed to, I don't want her to come up. And that's, the whole crab in the barrel thing. But
Once again, Oaktowns 357, Lil P, Terrible T, Sweet LD. They came to AVision Media Broadcast. I'm so happy to talk to you. Viewers, they gave y'all not everything, but they gave you enough to say, okay, now that's what happened.
Yes.
I have them here. Do you have any more questions that the fans wanted to know?
Nope. I think we've covered everything.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. Once again, I hope that we can do this again. If you ever decide to bring out more music, please come back to AVision Media Broadcast so we can talk about it. And any tours, someone is going to call you soon. Y'all get ready to go on tour soon.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think that's what I missed the most.
You're ready. Be ready.
I'm going to call you soon. So
give me a few months to get it together.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me work on these knees a little bit because I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Be prepared.
But I'm ready.
Be prepared. I'm trying to tell you, you're going to get that call. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm bored. Yes. COVID had me in the house. I'm bored. I'm ready to go.
Holla at me in June. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Oaktown 357 in the house. Yeah.
Oh, plus, did you know that, did you tell them about August 12th, 2023? We're actually getting our flowers again.
Yeah.
The West Coast Hip Hop Awards. Yeah.
That's true.
August 12th.
In Los Angeles. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's going to be big. Will it be live somewhere or just?
That I'm not sure.
I'm sure it's live. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can catch it on social media or YouTube somewhere like that.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But definitely that was a blessing for this year.
Yeah, it is. You getting your flowers, so that's big.
Sauced up.
Well, I thank you, y'all. I really do. I'm so excited to get to this video and start doing what I got to do to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want you all to enjoy. See you, fans.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Thank you, fans.